Strength isn't the whole story. When it comes to pelvic floor dysfunction, we're talking about coordination, we're talking about timing, and we are talking about breathing. Breathing is the natural way your body gets to condition the muscles inside the pelvis. And the reason at the frequency of every breath you are to condition this is because its viability is absolutely necessary for your existence. Pelvis is the foundation to the structure above, and its stability is absolutely crucial. So when you do your breathing right, you are practicing relaxation in the process of breathing in and strengthening of the same muscles in the process of breathing out at a frequency of every breath. So foundation is a functionality of the pelvic floor and the pelvis in general. So we already talked about biological breathing. We're going to put that video at the end of this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, because I've got a ton of video trying to educate you on what needs to be in place. Now we're going to be talking about functionality and timing. Essentially, when you initiate a move, you started with breathing. Biological breathing is how you put the inner tubing in. It comes with a lot of valuable information. Make sure you watch that video. But initiation of the movement is always with breathing in. Coordination is a whole different story. And when you have pelvic floor dysfunction, you have pelvic instability, and that is unstable because you don't have coordination. You have dysfunctional patterns of movement in place as a result of compensation for a lack of a series of things in place. So you first need to be assessed for pelvic stability or lack of. And then you need to put your head down and start stabilizing. So how do we go about doing that? We do that by following developmental exercises. And developmental exercises are what we have done as babies. Every single one of us, every walking human being on the planet Earth, in fact, has gone through the same stages of development. They're born as an infant that could not even hold their head up, and somehow we all become running toddlers. No weights, no bands, no gyms, no guidance. That's because your brain's hardwired to do it, and your body parts are hardwired to follow a certain system. So we follow that system because that's the manual of movement. So when you come to my office, I assess you to see, is your pelvic stability in place? Because if it's not, I'm not wasting any time. You should not be wasting any time thinking you can bring what needs to be in place. You can strengthen something or stretch a tense muscle when you don't have proper mechanics. Lack of proper mechanics is the reason why it became tight and the reason why it became weak to begin with. So we start with developmental exercises, the same things that we all have done to become stabilized to begin with. So coordination of movement is what happens when you do developmental exercises. The right body's parts that are to support each other in that move, in that stability of that body part, get to play together. So at this juncture, you don't know what that is. You don't know, or you may look and see what's on the outside. What you're not happening is what needs to happen on the inside, behind the scene. So what has to happen is for you to understand what right looks like, what your default tendencies are, how to get yours to become right, how to maintain it, how to attain it or retain it, and in case you deviate from it, how to grab yourself and put yourself on the right track. What are some of the lifestyle modifications that you have that need to be in place, I should say, that you don't have? What are some of the habits that you have that are actually feeding your problem? So there are exercises to do. And first things first, I'm just going to show you one version, one exercise, which comes after biological breathing. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be placed. I'm going to put an example of the two of those exercises, which is quadruped and bear, which is something you did between the ages of 7 months to 11 months, and then show you toe tapping. So let's begin. We're gonna get on the floor. We're gonna get on the floor like so. You're gonna close the gap in the small of your back. You're gonna tilt your pelvis up to close the gap. You're not gonna basically clench your butt or try to shove your pelvis up. You close the gap and you're breathing biologically, pushing your sides out, and you bring one leg up. You breathe in and you bring the other leg up. What matters is for your trunk, that's that part of your body that's covered by a gymnastic leotard, to not move. So you're stabilizing it as you're doing stuff with your lower extremities, which is how it should be. So if my leg is up and I'm about to lift the leg up and my body goes this way, I don't have the stability of the trunk. I don't have the stability of my pelvis. That is a problem. So with practice, this will happen. The stability, that is. You bring it up, and now the task is to stabilize the trunk as I go down and I try to hit toe tap. So I'm just doing the right side because that's the side closest to the camera, and that's why, otherwise I'm doing both of them. So I'm doing toe tapping. I can tap the ground with my hands, practice stability of the upper portion of my trunk. I can go and alternate one side with the other side. This also brings in the right side and left side of the brain talking to each other. So that's so important with coordination of movement as I crawl, as I walk. And then I can tap all four and come back up without my back lifting. It's all about how to stabilize. The whole body is involved, not just a part. And that's what I want to make sure you get across. Don't waste time stretching or strengthening when you don't have proper mechanics in place. If you need help with your pelvic floor dysfunction, if you're sick and tired of your pelvic instability leading to so many different presentations, I always say pelvic floor dysfunction is like a name of a book with many chapters, depends on which chapter you're reading. So remember, it has many presentations. I've written blogs on it. Make sure you explore my website. All the information's in the description box. Make sure you explore what's out there. Don't waste time focusing on the wrong things. Spend the time understanding what needs to be in place. Once you understand it, you hold that information going forward. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow me. And until next time, take care.